Hey YouTube, this is City Prepping. In this video, we're going to look at 5 different meals that you can cook if there's an emergency. And these meals are easy to cook. You can use just common ingredients that you have around your house. They don't take a lot of cleanup time. And they actually are meals that you would want to eat. They're enjoyable to eat. So what I've asked is another YouTuber, Prepper Potpurri, to come and put together some different meals, ingredients, and show how to prepare these meals. So if you're not familiar with her channel, I'll post a link up in the cards above. Highly recommend you check out her channel. She has a lot of great information in regards to prepping, especially when it comes to cooking and preparing meals. Honestly, that's my greatest weakness. I'm not by any means a good cook, and so she shows really simple approaches to put together really good meals. So without any further introduction, let's go ahead and jump into the video.
Chris, I really appreciate the opportunity to appear on your channel. I'm a big fan of your channel. I've watched it just about from the beginning, and I love how you thoroughly research subjects and present the facts. You do a fantastic job. Yep, those are the guidelines, and you know what? They're kind of hard for me because remember, I pressure can, water bath can, dehydrate. So for me, just limiting myself to canned and boxed goods in my pantry is not how I usually cook. But I thought this was a great challenge. So Spam fried rice has only 3 ingredients, so simple to make. You've got your Spam, of course. You've got your teriyaki rice and veg oil. And other than cooking oil, that's really all you need. Next step, just cut your Spam up into bite-sized chunks. Now Spam used to make a teriyaki Spam. I was not able to find it in the stores anymore, so I think it's been discontinued. But you can put your Spam chunks in a bag here, and if you have some soy sauce and sugar, put it in here, or if you have some teriyaki sauce, and just put it in a bag, kind of massage your chunks while you're making your rice. This will give it an extra flavor boost. Now you're going to want to drain your veg oil real well. And if this was the apocalypse, I'd be keeping this juice to put it in soup or something else. You want to use every bit you have. Now you want to fry up your Spam while your rice is cooking. Getting it nice and brown, and now we're going to add our veg oil. Let that cook for just a little bit. Dump the rice on. So we just want to mix it up and let a little of that juice evaporate. Now for that Spam fried rice, I do want to warn you, it can get pretty salty, especially if you're marinating in some soy sauce. So you might want to use sodium light soy sauce and the light Spam, which also has less sodium, if you don't like a highly salty dish. And now let's have a nice little bite. Some veggies and some Spam. Melts in your mouth. Very tasty. You got some vegetables, you got your Spam, and you got rice. You got a whole meal for the family. My grandchildren happen to love macaroni and cheese. You know, just the box kind, not the gourmet kind, the way everybody's making now. Personally, I can't stand the stuff. But I know a lot of people have it on their shelves and do like it, so I thought I'd show a recipe. It's kind of a southern recipe called King Ranch Chicken and Mac and Cheese. And it's really, really simple. So for this recipe, we need boxed macaroni and cheese, some canned chicken, Rotel diced tomatoes and green chilies. And you need milk for the macaroni and cheese, so we're using Carnation evaporated milk. And then you're going to want some spice, some chili powder and some cumin. So first off, you're just going to make the macaroni and cheese exactly the way it says on the bottom. Now you might say, on the back here, it says you need 4 tablespoons butter. Well, yep, that's the way I make it for my grandkids. But you know what? You can get by without it. Just substitute 4 tablespoons of that canned milk and you'll be fine. Now add your drained chicken. Get about half a can of these tomatoes. You can add more if you want more. Mix this up. Break up the chunks of chicken. Now I like to just put a little breadcrumbs and some oil over the stove top and get them a little crispy. Here it is. We have crispy breadcrumbs on top. And look at that. You got your cheesy macaroni. You got your chicken in it. And some tomatoes and a little spice to give it a little zing. It's not bad. I think though actually I probably would have used the whole can of tomatoes and added a little bit more spice because I love things spicy. And maybe a little salt. But otherwise, what an easy dish to make. Now you want a yellow corn muffin mix where you just have to add water or milk. We're going to have some smoked ham here in the can, some canned corn, a little oil, and some sugar. Follow your package's instructions on how to make the corn mix batter and just add 1 1/2 tablespoon sugar. And we're just going to mix that up. And we're going to add half of this corn. Then we'll add our ham and break it up a bit. Then you're just going to mix it all together. And I'm going to add just a little salt and a little pepper. And then mix it in. If it didn't get the right consistency, just add a little flour. But that's about what we want. And you want some oil in your pan and have it be really hot. Use a 1/4 measuring cup. Pretty full. And I just want to flatten it out just a little. I want to get these nice and crispy on the bottom. Well, I just flipped them. You can see they're getting nice and brown. They'll be done real shortly. So here's the first batch. They're nice corn fritters or corn pancakes. These are really good. You have the crunch from the corn and the cornmeal, and then you have the sweetness of the ham. And it's all so nice and crispy. But again, it's basically a meal in a fritter or a pancake. You got your corn and cornmeal and your ham. Easy to make and very tasty to eat. Well, for this recipe, we're going to have some sweet potatoes or yams, canned corned beef, some dehydrated onion, which you can have your own or you can have store-bought. And for spicing, we're going to have some cinnamon, red pepper, and probably some salt too. We heat up some oil, and now we're just going to put some of our onion flakes in there. And brown up a bit. Yeah, it's hot. We're in our sweet potatoes. We want to brown up these sweet potatoes a little in the oil. That over there. We're going to put in the meat. It always looks like dog food, doesn't it? Chop it up. Now, I'll be back when we get it browned up. You want to cook this down a bit. You see how it's getting kind of brown on the edges? That's what you want to do. And then, this is optional, but you can add some red pepper flakes. Depends on how much you like. And then, just a little cinnamon. And it's almost done. I'm going to switch it over again. Well, here it is. You can see the hash in the back. It's got a nice browning on top. And yes, I'm cheating. Many of you would not have an egg in your pantry. But since I raise my own chickens, I do. And what's better with hash than an egg? The corned beef, sweet potato, very good combination. And just a little spice from the cinnamon and the red pepper. Very easy to make, and sweet potatoes or yams are very, very good for you in nutrition. Well, Chris, I think now it's time for you to actually try making one of the recipes. The last one is a pumpkin pancake recipe. And you know, pumpkin has a lot of nutrition in it. could also add some quick oats to your batter with your pumpkin and your pancake mix, and that will give you even more nutrition and kind of that stick to your ribs type full feeling. Great job. You have now made your first pumpkin pancakes. Now do a taste test.
So as you can see, whenever I made the pancake, I ended up putting a lot of batter. So I got a pretty big pancake that I made there, a lot larger than I was expecting. But I've got to try this out. It's I've never would have thought of adding the ingredients that she specifically mentioned. Well, yeah, it's good. It's on point. Like I said, like she mentioned in the video, as she mentioned, this has the oatmeal, it's got pumpkin, so you've got, nutritional aspects. You've got the oatmeal to kind of give it that sticking aspect, to fill you up. If there's an emergency, this would be a really simple, quick and easy and nutritious meal to put together for breakfast. Obviously, you can make a lot of varieties and change things up, but I have to say this is tasting a lot better than just traditional pancakes that you slap together and put up. So, thank you, Prepper Potpurri. I really enjoyed this.
I'd like to encourage everyone to go to my channel this week because I have an additional pantry cookbook type recipe, and that is making a quick cassoulet with beans and other things in your pantry. So I hope you'll check it out. Again, Chris, thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. And again, I'll say it, I feel honored to appear on your channel. Thank you very, very much.
So thanks again to Prepper Potpurri for coming onto the channel, sharing her wisdom, her knowledge. And again, if you haven't gone and checked out her channel, I'll post a link up in the cards above. Really, really amazing information that she has. She's really a great cook. Again, that's a skill that I wish I could develop a little better, but I do love the information that she presented. And these are all things that I know I can cook and you can cook as well. Again, if there is a grid down situation and you want meals that are highly nutritious and you don't have to spend a lot of time cooking and cleaning, these are some really, really great tips that she's provided to us. If you have any feedback, any thoughts, any questions, please post those in the comments section below. As always, be safe out there.